Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are filming a day in the life, doing plant chores, inside and outside. I'm so excited because it is so sunny today and the weather says it's gonna get up to 68, and I actually believe it this time because yesterday it said the same thing and it was like so warm. Like I think that it was like sunburn weather. I think I got a sunburn on the back of my neck, which like, hey, I should have been wearing sunscreen, but at the same time, I'm really happy about it. So anyway, yeah, yesterday was an extremely productive day and it just reminded me of spring and summer to come because this winter I've been so idle just because, you know, it's cold and who wants to really do a lot in the winter time? And it just, sometimes I can get down on myself about that. And now that I had like just a little sprinkle of spring, I know that it's fall spring and it's gonna get cold again. So, you know, don't worry. But it just reminds me that like, no, I am a person who like gets things done. It's just the weather. So anyway, I need to do some watering. Of course, I always have to do some watering. I'm gonna be filming a video today, like a sit down video. And then I need to go to the hardware store and get some stuff for the greenhouse. So yeah, I have some interesting things to do. And also while I'm out, I think I'm gonna try to find like a trellis or something for my syngonium because she needs it. So I'm kind of just imagining up like all the things that I can do today with this beautiful weather. And I'm really excited to hang out with you guys. And of course, I also want to say thank you to Casetify for sponsoring this video. We will chat more about them a little bit later. Okay, I've had a transformation. I put on some makeup, some little blush, I put on some SPF, and I'm ready to tackle the day. So I am filming my video today, which is my February favorites. And I haven't done a favorites video in a really long time. In fact, the last time I did this was October and it was a total fail. And I think it just made me like not want to make these videos anymore. But now I'm like, I have plants that I would really like to like showcase and talk about and like show their growth. So what I normally do for these videos, or for my sit down videos, I sit in this chair here and little spoiler alert, or not a spoiler, but like a peek behind the curtain, I'm wearing this beautiful blouse. And then underneath I'm wearing sweatpants. Okay, so I'm gonna be showcasing this plant, which is my what is this? My variegated syngonium. And for these videos, I usually showcase a plant, then a product, then a plant, then a product, and I kind of go back and forth. The next thing are my handles for my Mills bow. So I think I'm actually just gonna pull these off. Actually, I don't know if I can. I can. But should I? I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't. Maybe I'll just insert B-roll of them because I kind of had it positioned, you know? I don't know. Let's see how hard this is to put back on. Okay, that wasn't bad. I'm just gonna take them off. I'm gonna be showcasing this plant for my Ecuagenera haul. Okay, so I basically just lay everything out in front of me. These are all the plants I'm showcasing and these are the plant products. And as I go through my video, I just pick one up and I start chatting about it. And then I try to put it away like as soon as possible so that it doesn't feel like as overwhelming because this is like a lot of stuff to get out. And I do actually have to clean the plant room today. I had like a little photo shoot in here this weekend. And so everything is kind of not in the right place. So we're probably also going to do that. Someone did say that they really like seeing me clean the plant room, like just like cleaning sequences. And I completely agree. I think that they're super fun to watch. So anyway, I'm gonna get to filming and I will see you when I'm done. Just finished filming and I already feel like I'm talked out for the day. Like that is how small my social battery is. Like I talked to myself, right? And I was like, oh, can I finish filming this day in the life video? I'm forcing myself to. I want to, but at the same time I was like, ooh, maybe I'll just do an activity where I don't have to talk as much. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna put away all the stuff. Okay, and then it is a beautiful day outside. I think, well, let me see what the temperature is currently, but later it's gonna get up to like 68, as I said. And oh yeah, it's 67 currently. amazing. So I have some plants, some bigger plants that I have not tended to really at all this winter because they're huge and it's like hard to take care of them for me. So I'm gonna wheel them outside and we're going to do like a full wash down. I'm gonna remove some dead leaves. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to have like the ability to do this outside because I really prefer to do it outside just so that I can get the hose out and I don't have to worry about water leaking all over the floor. You know how it is. But first I'm gonna clean up my mess because if I don't do it now, I won't do it at all. And that is not good for any of us. Okay, the plant room is back in mostly non-disarray. I don't know. It's not like spotless, but it is looking a lot better. Everything is back in its place, but I am planning to do a repot today, like a little repot, not like a big, huge deal repot, but can you believe that I am standing outside right now? It's incredible! I don't even know how to feel. Like, I'm just so happy. It feels amazing out here. It feels amazing out here. Like next level amazing. Okay, I'm gonna bring out my big plants. I'm gonna admit one of them looks really bad because I haven't watered it all winter and I'm super embarrassed about it. So I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. This is sort of the situation. And yeah, we're not gonna judge me, okay? Okay, once again, we're not judging our plant friends for our depression plants. Okay? So yeah, it looks horrible, but I know that it's not dead. I know that it will be totally fine. It just, once I take away all this nasty, you know, she's gonna be so much happier and it's gonna be fine, but it's just a lot of dead leaves, and that is a result of my winter neglect. I kind of put this plant in a corner that made it not very accessible, which is really silly and like goes against all the advice that I give people, but you know what? As the greats always say, do as I say, not as I do, all right? Yeah, miraculously there's still like new growth coming in, or like what will be new growth coming in. So I think it'll be just fine. It'll bounce back this summer, but it is looking a bit bleak right now, I'm gonna be honest. It's looking very bleak, but she's not a lost cause. I'm honestly kind of tempted to bring out more plants to water because that was such a pleasant experience. So I think I will, because I got some watering to do and it's just so fast with the hose, you know? So fast. So I'm gonna put them on this bench right here. My lovely sitting bench. And we're gonna do a little bit more watering. Okay, everything in the plant room has been watered and the pups are back inside. They enjoyed their little sun tanning. But yeah, everything has been watered. Everything looks really good. You know, for a while, this plant was looking kind of weird. And it's been interesting watching it kind of, whoa, where am I? There I am. It's been interesting watching it like long term because when I bought it, it had already outgrown the pole. So I wasn't really sure what it would do. Like if it would continue putting out big leaves, and it definitely hasn't. Like the leaves that it puts out are like maybe a little bigger than like the average Adansonii. Like this leaf, for example. It's not like huge by any means, but it does have like pretty mature fenestrations and stuff. Also, I'm so out of breath. I just carried in the heavy plants, so sorry about that if you're noticing. But anyway, so yeah, it has like mostly like small leaves now and it's new growth, but it is very pretty still. Like it looks very full. Ever since I started pruning it, it started to put out more growth, like more full growth, which obviously makes sense because when you prune, that's what happens. But it would put out a lot of runners. And so something like this will start to grow like down from the top. And as you can see, these leaves are so small. And so what I do is I just like cut it and it branches. And so it's not like long spindly things, it's more like bunchy, and I think it has made it look a lot better long term. But anyway, yeah, everything is watered. I watered the entire plant room. I'm actually like shocked that I did it. There was a point where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore, I want to be done. And then I was like, you know what, Becca, you're already this far. You already have the hose out. You already have the sunshine. Let's just get it done. So I actually got a little warm. My face is kind of pink outside of the fact that I'm wearing blush because it's a little warm out there. I need to readjust to the heat now that it's actually warm. But anyway, I'm gonna take a little break here and have some lunch and I will see you after. Okay, so we are going to head into our repotting section. But first I want to tell you about Casetify, which is today's sponsor. So if you're not familiar with Casetify, they are the world's most popular phone accessory brand known for their super protective cases and their fun accessories. They are oftentimes collaborating with artists from all over the world to bring together a diverse group of artists who make lots of beautiful art for our phone cases. This is like one of my favorite ones. This is by Bodil Jane. And I just love how like happy and summery all of her prints are. Today we're going to talk specifically about the Bounce case, which is my favorite case from Casetify because I am a phone dropper. I am dropping my phone all the time. This case is 20% more protective and it is 5 times military grade standards for protection. It has 21.3 foot drop test protection. It is significantly more protective because of these little bumpers that you see on all the corners. And you can get a design, but you can also customize them. So this is a fun customization that I did. It kind of looks like retro 90s inspired. I think it's really cool. And then another customization I did is this one. This I've really enjoyed. I've been wearing this one on my phone for a while. All of these cases are made with recycled materials. So actually on the side it says this case is made from recycled phone cases. So 51,000 phone cases have already been recycled through Casetify's Recasetify program. In addition to phone cases, I mentioned they also have accessories. So one of my favorite accessories from them are their phone straps. They also have like phone chains too that you can wear sort of like as a crossbody. You can see it has like little mushroom beads on it, and I've used it on my phone, I've used it on my keys. If you're looking to protect your phone, definitely check out Casetify. I love their cases. They have such beautiful designs and obviously they're super protective. So if you want to check out the Bounce case or any of their other cases, you can use the link in the description box below. It is casetify.com/plants and you will get 15% off, which is a great deal. So thank you so much to Casetify for sponsoring this video and always protecting my phone. This is gonna have to be sort of like a speedy repot session because this video is probably already pretty long, and also I need to leave to meet up with my friend in like 10-15 minutes. So let's see how much I can get done, and if I don't get it all done now, I will finish it later. But I'm excited because it's sunny. I decided I'm gonna meet up with my friend at a coffee shop and we're gonna sit outside on the patio. I'm so excited. I've got a couple plants that were previously living in other parts of my house. You might remember these from when I did the under the, what is it called? Under the TV stand area. I have since decided to dismantle that situation because, well, I don't know if I decided, but Daniel kind of decided because he got a PS5 and it's now taking up the shelf space. which is fine. I have this entire room to put my plants. I can compromise, okay? For anybody out there who thinks that I'm this overbearing plant partner, I'm not. I can be nice and share my spaces so that my husband can have things too. Okay, so I'm just gonna be repotting these and putting them on the wall because I counted and I think I need 7 more plants to fill it up. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 more plants to fill it up. Oh, but with these, I only need 7. Okay, that was my math. I remembered the number 7 and I was like, where did I get that? If I can use plants that I already have in my house, that will help not feel like I'm adding so much more and like adding more things to water, because we know that I already get a little overwhelmed with watering. I figured that if I add these, it'll feel less of a burden, because 7 more, or let's say 9 more plants, that's a lot of plants to add to a collection like overnight, especially for like this area. I have added a lot of plants to my collection at once, and it was probably more than 7 at a time at certain points, but anyway. This pot is so beautiful, but it can't go on the wall, so I'm just gonna be repotting this into here. And you know what? That plant has already outgrown this pot, which is a huge testament to those grow lights, the mother grow lights, because that's the only source of light that these plants have been getting. I love those grow lights so much. They're so beautiful and just, they work amazingly. And now I get to find like a new function for them, because again, I'm not having plants under my TV stand anymore, so I have to figure out like where to put those grow lights. I'm thinking maybe in my office, because my office, it has southern light exposure, but not a lot towards like the back of the room. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking that through. But anyway, this will be able to live in this pot for, let's say, maybe another couple of months, because I have about this much soil down at the bottom, new soil. And yeah, it just fit right at the top. So yeah, this is gonna go on the wall. I put it in a lipped pot, a lipped terracotta pot. And this pot is a little bit smaller, so hopefully we're gonna have a little bit more wiggle room. You can see it's more of like a bell shape. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I do always get kind of nervous repotting plants out of ceramic though, because, oh yeah, we've got, oh yeah, it was kind of outgrowing even this pot, but we do still have some loose soil. But yeah, like you can't squeeze the pot to like get the plant out. You have to kind of just pull it out and hope for the best. I mean, obviously be gentle. It's a little bit more stressful. Oh, look at this tiny little, that's kind of wrinkly. We're not gonna keep that. Okay, I'm reusing some old soil and we're gonna top it up with some new stuff. This was a good up pot. Like this plant will be in this pot for probably a year before I have to repot it again. And I almost thought that I lost this one because I was being super neglectful with my watering as I do in the winter. It's just, it's hard to keep up in the winter mentally and emotionally. I am not who I normally am in the winter time. The summertime, I feel like I'm much better at keeping up. I don't know. Maybe that's just what I'm telling myself because I'm like so excited for spring. I can't tell you how over winter I am. And as I said earlier, we're having a false spring right now. So it's giving me this like false sense of hope. And then, you know, the rest of this week, it's gonna be really cold. So I'm like, awesome. Good for me. I love that for us. Okay, got those finished. And now how much time do I have? Okay, I've got about like 10 minutes. That was pretty fast. I'm going to do a couple of these Anthurium. So I showed these pots super recently in my February favorites video, and I got them from an Etsy shop. They are 3D printed pots, so they're plastic, like super lightweight. And I really appreciate that though they're plastic, they look really cool. Like I feel like plastic pots, in my mind instantly goes to like nursery pot or terracotta wannabe, like done not very well. And this feels different. I don't know. It feels like ceramic wannabe. I don't know, but I did get terracotta colors. This is the blush color, and I don't really love the blush color. I wish that I got like the darker terracotta color. But if you want to compare this to like an actual terracotta pot, that's the color difference. I feel like this color is so hard to achieve just like organically, or not organically, like synthetically, because this is like organic. This is synthetic. I just don't, it's really hard to recreate that. Anyway, so this plant needs to go into one of these 3 pots. This is my falcatum, my T-shaped plant, my ovaries and uterus plant. That's pretty much what I've called it. But I have other plants too that, ooh, I like that. I think that's what we're gonna do. That just feels right. I'm not even gonna overthink it. We don't have time to overthink it, so we're just gonna do that. These are 6-inch pots and they're coming from a 4-inch pot, but they're kind of like a deeper 4-inch pot. So I'm pretty confident that it'll be fine. The roots are very, very developed. As you can see, they just look so good. That root system is beautiful. And I am repotting these just straight up in de la tanks. And I have chatted with the people from Ecuador to confirm that that would be the best option. And they're like, yeah, based on your watering habits and just like the soil in general, pairing it with a nice like ceramic or plastic pot, it'll be fine. So I feel pretty confident about it. My Anthurium have done well in de la tanks, like largely they have done well. I think where I run into issues with them is I just don't water them as often as I need to. So they just get to dry out a lot longer than they would like. And that's not good. So putting them in something that isn't terracotta is gonna be really helpful for me because it'll retain moisture for longer. And like, I'm not concerned about any sort of rotting because the de la tank soil is so, what's the opposite of dense? Airy. There's just a lot of room in there for the roots to move around. Like pretty much any time I have unpotted an Anthurium, or like, let's not unpotted, repotted an Anthurium, when it has been in de la tanks, the soil just falls away from the roots and like it'll latch onto like the cocoa because the cocoa is like obviously super porous, but yeah, it just really does super well with the Anthurium roots, which makes me very happy. The roots always look pretty good. So, okay, one plant is done. I just got a notification that I need to leave in 5 minutes. I'm definitely not gonna get all of this done in 5 minutes. So we're gonna see me in like, it'll be 2 seconds for you, but it'll be probably a couple hours for me. Okay, this is a ceramic pot that I got from a local nursery. And I think, did I drill that drainage hole? I think it might have already had that drainage hole. That doesn't look like my work. Okay, this is the Bessier luxurians, which turned out this most beautiful leaf. This one has, ooh, that root system isn't mega developed. Maybe this pot would be better. I just feel like this would hold a little bit less soil and I think it would be better for it. But like when I was planning this out, I didn't even consider that I was gonna have these pots available. So this pot will get to go to somebody else. I don't know who, but another plant. I just feel like this will be better for it, like long term. Because yeah, again, the root system isn't like all that developed yet. It's like a newer plant, like maybe a newer propagation or maybe a seedling. So we don't want to shock it too much or like give it too big of a pot to grow into. I don't know. I like to keep my pots a little tight, if anything. You might have noticed that in all of my repotting videos. I keep it a little tight. Okay. I like that. That's a really pretty plant pot combination. I like a shallow pot. Okay, so I have to leave now and I will be back soon. Okay, I'm back and I changed into overalls and I'm wearing overalls because I was wearing jeans before and I just feel like overalls give me a little bit more street cred. I don't know. Also, if I'm doing something messy, I don't want to wear my nice clothes, you know? So I'm gonna go out to the hardware store because I need to buy plywood and insulation for the greenhouse. And this has been a long time coming. I've needed to do this for a while. Hold on, I'm putting my shoes on. I should not have taken you off of the tripod. Hi, Leo. I know I just got home and I'm leaving again. That's so confusing. But yeah, this is like the step of the project now that is kind of holding me up. So, and this week it's supposed to rain. Like today I definitely had plans to paint these plywood pieces, but I didn't get to that. I actually ended up watering the plant room instead, which, do I regret that? No, because if I get the motivation to water, I need to capitalize on it because it doesn't happen to me very often. But, you know, kind of wasted my sunny day on that. Well, I wouldn't say I wasted a sunny day on it, but like I could have spent my sunny day doing something else, you know? So sometimes I'm like, ugh, so many sunny days in the late winter you gotta use them wisely. So anyway, I grabbed the wrong keys, of course. I also really considered getting these things delivered because plywood kind of always just looks like plywood. Like you don't need to like regular wood, I don't really want to get delivered ever again because sometimes they'll send you, well actually I should keep my hair up. Sometimes they'll give you pieces that are like really bowed or just like not ones that you would pick out, obviously. Because like when I pick out wood, I'm really selective because I don't want bowed pieces or like ugly pieces. So when I can go and pick it out, that's always ideal. But with plywood, it kind of just all looks the same, you know? Anyway, I'm getting a smooth plywood, so it'll be a little bit of a nicer grade plywood. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the insulation and then I'm going to install the plywood pre-painted. I'm going to paint it outside so that like I have plenty of ventilation and everything. And then with like a primer, and then I might even do like the actual color, but that means I need to pick out a color and I have not picked out a color. I really like the idea of doing like a light green color in there, but I need to find the right green that will contrast enough with the leaves of the plants. But I honestly can't picture any other color. Like maybe a light pink what might be cute, but I feel like it could very easily turn into baby girl nursery and I don't want it to do that. So I don't know, I'm kind of torn. I need to think about what color. Maybe you guys can tell me what color would you paint it? Because don't say white. It's getting late and the sun is going to be going down probably by the time I'm back, and I still have to unload it into the greenhouse because again, it's going to rain. Okay, insulation and plywood has been acquired and I asked for help loading because I'm by myself, and I don't usually do that because I didn't know what the extent of them helping would look like. But I actually just backed my truck up to the roll up wall thing and two guys just completely loaded all of that for me, which was great. So perks of being alone at the hardware store as a lady. There's not that many, but that is one of them. Okay, this totally looks like scary footage, but the plywood is in and there is the insulation, and hopefully sometime this week we can get this up on the wall. Woohoo! So I was totally thinking when I was like at Home Depot and stuff. Okay, but hold on. By the way, look at the moon. Like, look at how bright it is. It is so bright. It's a beautiful full moon. Anyway, when I was leaving Home Depot, I was like, I think that I just want to call it quits for this video and be done. But hold on, I can't even see where I'm going. This whole flashlight while I'm vlogging thing worked out a lot better in my head. Anyway, I thought that I wanted to call it quits for the vlog, but then I thought to myself, actually, having my hands in dirt would feel like the perfect end to this day. So we're gonna repot those last couple of plants, and then tomorrow I can just spend time like editing and chilling and maybe painting those panels. We'll see. But I'm really glad that I decided to go get those because the forecast changed. Like, it's not actually going to be raining tomorrow, but it could because the forecast is always changing. But listen to those frogs. Oh my gosh, the sweet sound of nature. It's returning. We are taking it full circle. We're back in the plant room, and I have this lighting in here. It's not like the greatest like studio lighting, so I don't know what this footage is gonna end up looking like, but I wanted to finish off this repotting because I kind of feel like it would make the day feel finished, you know, since I started the project. I don't know if there's anybody out there who's like me, but if I don't finish a project, yeah, I'll like stay up all night thinking about it. So this is me helping myself sleep tonight. I've got this right here. This is the Magnificum Crystallinum Cross. Oh, no, this is the Anthurium Magnificum Silver. And I had planned to put it in this white pot. And I think that's still what I want to do. And then I'll just have to, I don't know, is that what I want to do? I'm kind of second guessing. Because now I have this pot that I could do something with. And I also have this pot that I could do something with. So I think it'll maybe depend on the root systems, because these 8-inch pots are kind of big and I could use them for other things as well. I mean, I'm happy that I have them, but I don't know, maybe this would be more appropriate. No, this plant needs like a statement pot. Like, look at that. It needs something that's gonna be like, wow, like maybe this, I don't know. It's gonna depend on the root system. So I'm gonna get in there and then make my final decision. But this one I feel like would look good with any pot that I choose. Like, I might even go for this one. I just think that'd be really pretty. I don't know, it might actually like try to overpower the plant though. It's so hard to like make the right plant and pot combination though, you know? It's an important decision. It's gonna be its home for the next couple of months, years possibly even. So it's a big decision here. But I don't know what this root system looks like because it has been, you know, it's in a black pot. Not all of the plants are in these black pots, but ooh, that is beautiful. I think, okay, sorry, I'm not gonna do that. That's getting stuff all over my floor. But yeah, this is like all cocoa, which is great. I'm just going to, like, I'm not gonna change anything about that. I'm not gonna try to separate it. I'm just going to put soil around it and eventually the roots will grow into the soil too. I feel like in the past I would have like really tried to break up that root system, but now I'm like, I'm just gonna leave it because it should be fine, you know? It'll have some moisture retention and then it'll kind of encourage the roots to spread out and like find moisture elsewhere. This pot might be like too shallow for it. It might do well in this one. Now that I'm looking at it, that kind of looks really pretty. Okay, that's what we're doing. I changed my mind. It's a little bit tighter of a pot too, which I think, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing either. It's just, it is what it is, but it's a little bit tighter of a fit. That looks really nice. Beautiful. That was a good decision. I like this. Now for this babe, I feel like this babe would look good in here. I really like the idea of like a white pot with this plant. I feel like this pot would also be good, but this one actually might be too small. So we're gonna go for this one, for this plant. And see what happens. It's also putting out a new leaf. I don't know if you can see, it's right here. But that's a new leaf. I just noticed that today when I took it out of the cabinet. So that's exciting that it is doing a new leaf. It's putting out a new leaf in my care already. And that was definitely not there when I bought it. So that's exciting. It means that something that I'm doing is right. And that makes me happy to know that I'm not utterly failing. Okay. What a beauty queen, truly. She's an icon. I'm super excited about this plant. Okay, we've got one left. Where did it go? There, whoop. Okay, I'm knocking it all over the place. Now, what pot to put this one in? As I said, we're gonna check the root system and see what we're working with because I think this one might be the move, but maybe a taller planter might be a better move. I don't know. The plant is just so tall. Like, I feel like it needs, ooh. Okay, the root system isn't like mega developed. Like, it's definitely there, but it's not like overpowering the pot that it was in. And it's like not super connected to the cocoa that it's in because it was entirely in cocoa. So I feel like this pot would be, I don't know. This is the one that I'm really torn on because I could do this pot. I don't know if I like the green pot. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I feel like the green clashes with the green of the plant. I might have made a mistake by ordering this. Like, maybe I need like a colorful plant to put in this green pot because like green on green, like the contrast is not there. And I don't know if I like that. We do have this pot as an option. Ooh, I think I kind of like that. We're gonna go with that. That just feels right to me. Like, I put it on I put it in the planter and then something just clicked. It's like when you go out shopping for your wedding dress. You know, they're like, oh, you know, like you're gonna know when you found the one. You put the plant in the pot and just kind of give it a look. You know if it's the right one. I feel pretty good about that. I wish it was a little bit deeper, but I'm probably gonna be putting like sphagnum moss around the base of it like I have with my other Anthurium. So it'll be covered, but like there's a little bit more open up here than I would have wanted. Maybe I can like mound it up a little bit more, but I just feel like over time that's gonna fall like to the edges of the planter. So there's really no point, but it's totally fine. Okay, so we have repotted finally all of my Anthurium. I'm gonna cover up my face so that we can have a final look-see. Amazing. Oh, you can still see my face. Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you friends for hanging out with me today. This was a really fun work day for me. I loved that the sun was out. It made it so much more pleasant, and getting to water the entire plant room outside was such a dream. It was so dreamy. And getting this repotting done finally. I've been just like anticipating doing this for so long. Ever since I got home, I was like waiting for the right pots, and I just wanted them to be super happy. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. If you haven't already, make sure that you check out Casetify. I have 15% off with casetify.com/plants. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.